Hey guys, this is Warner Workman again, Minuteman Arms. Listen, I'm going to just share over the next 18 hours a whole bunch of videos to YouTube. I don't know if anybody's going to watch them, hopefully so, but we're going to have a little conversation about God, our nation, right? A most excellent of creations by both man and God. You'll give God all the credit. Man was just the executor of his will. Okay, so but with that said, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I'm going to keep each one of these to like 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes? And then I'm going to upload them, so they'll be over a piece. So here's the deal. So bottom line is, I'm driving out to Oklahoma, then I'm driving down to Houston. I'm dropping off a car. I'm by myself in the car. And so, you know, what the hell else am I going to do? I'm going to cut videos, right? I'm going to upload. We're going to talk about. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to tell you a couple things. We'll talk about the drive in a minute. The first thing I want to tell you about is the insanity of the left, right? So we've had more acts of domestic terrorism, right? Let's be real dramatic, right? You know, against Minuteman Arms, against myself. So the other day, I sponsored a petition signing event there at Minuteman Arms. Now, I had done it several weeks before without issue, but the last time I did it, somebody got all butt hurt, and it just so happens it was the owner next door to the little store. She's since closed down because she didn't know how to run a business. She's an insane nut job, doesn't understand how capitalism works, right? Okay. So, but what happened was, and I didn't know anything was going on. Dang it. I wish I'd have been paid more attention. But when I'm open, my store is constantly busy, constant, right? And say hello to that truck back here. My store is constantly busy, constantly, right? And so the whole hour that this woman was out there doing signatures, she had set up a table. I'd set up some flags, you know, to get some little visual going. There was this whole thing going on out there. Now, it really only happened for about the last half hour. First half hour was good. The second half hour was bad. I didn't know what was going on. But what we had was two nut jobs in town residents, one owns a business, blocked the parking spaces in front of my store, right? So if you know my little store, I got a little bitty space as part of a bigger space, bigger building, of where I help people exercise their Second Amendment right. So anyway, so what happened was I didn't know anything was going on. So the lady started at 6, ended at 7. At 6:30 actually, the woman came out, hair on fire, total psycho nut job. And just so happens her name is Sybil. Meaning she has multiple crazy personalities, and you really never know who you're talking to at any given time. Now, I've never had a conversation with her, right? But she had a conversation with the petitioner, you know, also, and said, hey, you can't do that here. So they were making everybody park next door. I didn't know this was going on. Dang it, I'd have called the cops. We'd had a big incident. I'd have been on television again, but it didn't happen, right? So anyway, but here's the deal. So I filed a police complaint against the two individuals. You know, I never know what the crime is. I don't pretend to be a lawyer. I don't play one on TV. I don't play one on this video, right? But I know somehow there's something against, you know, obstruction of, you know, parking lots for people to conduct business, right? Well, just so happens the nut job liberal Sybil owned the business. It was called Soul Foods. I'd eaten there a bunch of times. I loved it, right? But they were like never open. I never could figure out the thing. But I ate there a bunch, and I enjoyed it. I had no issue, and I knew the woman I knew about her, I should say. Sort of a psycho, sort of a nut job, had some emotional problems, blah, 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 blah. And that's what I just heard. I'd never met her, so I'm not trying to, you know, portray her negatively, you know, from personal experience. It's just what people have told me. And I really never had any issue. She opened up last November. She's closing down August 1. I never had any issue with her, you know, over whatever, the short 8 months, you know, that she was open. Okay. So anyway, I'm getting up to the 5-minute mark. The bottom line is I had to file a police report. I got it all on video. She's out there being psycho. She's scaring people off. And what really bugs me, and I'll get this in the last 20 seconds, she forced a disabled customer to park next door. And he had to, you know, he's disabled, so he has a hard time walking. Cross over a curb, walk through some grass to come into my store to conduct business. Not happy and file the police complaint. God bless. We'll talk to y'all guys later in the next segment. This is segment 1. God bless.